Let's talk about that karaoke contest. Hello once again, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel, where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum, and this is Off the Chain. Before I get too terribly into what this video is about, first and foremost, this is kind of a prelude to what's going on. Basically, this is the setup. The contest has already begun. I'm just kind of getting you all caught up to speed, because when I got there, I didn't know a heck of a whole lot about the contest. I'm really bad with social media, and social media is so polluted with ridiculous posts. I don't even keep a Facebook account. So I had to go and get kind of caught up to speed. The contest has already begun. I already have videos that will be coming out right after this video. So if you're watching this video and you want to see me on stage, you're going to have to just go ahead and I will suggest go ahead and watch this video and then move on to the next one. That being said, let's talk about the contest itself. Basically, Princess Faye had heard about a karaoke contest on the radio, listening to the radio down here known as The Zone, and they do a lot of older rock and roll and things like that, and it's no surprise that Princess Faye and I, listen to a lot of older rock and roll. That also being said, Princess Faye told me she wanted me to get involved with this contest. I talked to the radio place. They gave me the phone number for Laz's Bar and Grill. I talked to them, went out there, got signed up, paid my entry fee. I'm in the contest. Now, let me explain some of the rules in this contest. First and foremost, obviously, when you pay your entry fee, you're in. You don't pay anything else. Okay, that's it. Your $10 pays your whole way through the entire contest. They're bringing on basically this contest technically started before under the previous owners of Laz's Bar and Grill, but the previous owner evidently was a charlatan and a cheat. So that contest had to be put on hold, and they're restarting the contest, bringing in a bunch more people. These 7 will be rotated in. On top of that, they are looking for another total, I believe the number is around 52 more contestants. We are now in the early preliminary stages. If you basically started off on your preliminary stage, your first night, you have up to basically from night 1, if you will, the first night, you have a total of 4 chances to be eliminated. There may be a 5th chance involved, but they haven't gotten that far. It hadn't been mapped out that deep yet. Alright. That being said, the first night has went underway. Again, there'll be a video coming out. Basically, we're going to go in order of operations. This is the setup. This video is the setup explaining what's going on. You'll see a couple of videos of me on stage. Basically, you're given one warm-up song, and then you're given the actual song that you are scored on. And then, of course, for shits and giggles, which we didn't bother with this, you can sometimes get in a 3rd and 4th song, depending on how the night goes. Once they have all of their contestants from the preliminary scoring, the next thing that has to happen is brackets will be set up, and the bigger portion of the contest, and pretty much after that you can be eliminated at any point. Um, my main concern is to get past the preliminary rounds and into the brackets, basically saying that at that point I'm made it in the contest. I'm hoping by all crazy standards that I make it beyond at least to the semifinals. All right. The next thing that needs to also be brought up, how do they do the scoring? And from what I understand, there's like 4 categories. One of them obviously has to be singing talent. Uh, it's a singing contest. There has to be some singing talent involved. Number 2, knowledge of song. If you basically, even though it's karaoke, you look at a screen, the least you look at the screen, the less you look at it, the better off you are. So, thankfully, when I do a song, if I've done it enough times, I'll only look at the screen to remember, maybe where I'm at in the song, or when a guitar solo is about to stop and when I'm going to need to start singing again. So thankfully, I know the words of the song. It's just remembering basically cue me in when time to start again. That being also said, that's one of the things that they grade on. Number 2, did you dress the part? Basically I do a lot of older style 70s rock and roll, Kiss, stuff like that. So that's important. That's important that I dress the part. And thankfully, even though right now I'm not dressed the part, the Punisher t-shirts, the long hair, just that sort of thing, I dress the part. And believe it or not, last but not least, they do grade you on how well, basically your crowd, how well you can get the crowd presence. Basically, some people go so far as to bring entire entourages there that'll scream, hoop, and holler just to help with that. I did it the old-fashioned way. I had to win the audience over. That's how I would. Basically, I don't want to take an unfair advantage, but I may have to actually resort to that. So, all right, now you know how the scoring is done. That pretty much brings us to the spot where I'm going to end this video. So the next video that you see will be a warm-up song. The following video will be the actual song that I was scored on, and then there will be a 4th video that will tell you how I did. Okay, basically the two song videos were already done. This is just kind of the setup, and then we'll get to how, basically I had to film those first. We're at this stage. Okay. Real quick before I forget, I wanted to take a moment to thank Laz's Bar and Grill for hosting this contest. I want to thank Party Pro for putting on, for providing the music and things like that. And I would also like to give, basically, I want to give a special request to any of the karaoke companies that made the music that Party Pro uses, and some of the bands that did the. Thank you guys very much. Please don't hassle me. In essence, you guys will still get your credit. I mean, without question. Unfortunately, you have to give me credit because that's me on stage. Okay, so don't think for one split second that you get all of it. So. Just bear that in mind the next time you all want to try to stick your hands in the pot. Alright, that brings us to the usual spot. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you have any positive feedback, be sure to leave it in the box below. Any hate, just remember, I had the balls to do it sober. You probably don't have those. Get out there and work on a project. Don't care what it is. Just do something with yourself. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet. Maybe you might take them to a karaoke bar and sing a song to them. And last but not least, if no one out there has told any of you that they love you, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.
your ass on down to Oshag Hennessy's office right now and tell him exactly what you did. Get out of my goddamn classroom before I break my foot off in your ass. Insubordinate and churlish.